what advice would you have for the leaders in these difficult times and stressful times, when your minds are so preoccupied with the crisis which is surrounding us, right? So your, in a way, your prefrontal cortex, as they call it, is always in action. So you are in that survival mode, and it's important then to take control of the situation. Whereas you mentioned one of the mind traps is about being in control. So is this really bad situation to be in, being in control?
Sorry, I'm going to start with this one because luckily I heard the full question, Rakesh, which was brilliant. I don't know what's happening on the internet lines between Beirut and India, but there's something that is not as smooth as between India and the UK. Anyway, so precisely when we are facing crisis under crisis and pressure point after pressure point, our bodies get invaded by hormonal response that floods us with cortisol. And cortisol is the stress hormone, as we know, and it gets us, it narrows our vision, it makes us much less capable of engaging in relationships, and it makes us much more wanting to act, to take action. It's actually our muscles, the big muscles in our bodies, are activated by the rush of adrenaline and cortisol. And so it's no wonder that the more stressed we are, the more we want to be in control, the more we feel that we need to take action, the less we listen to others, and the more we believe in our own rightness. So actually, and paradoxically, our advice to leaders in these particular times, the most turbulent times that we've ever known, is to find even more space and be more deliberate about creating space for restoration, creating space for deactivating the sympathetic nervous system cortisol response and activating the parasympathetic nervous system dopamine, oxytocin response in our bodies, so that we calm down, ease, and start seeing things in broader, more spacious ways, start being able to listen better and see more options. It's not easy to find restorative space when we're all working from home and often in cramped circumstances with many people around us. But there are ways of doing it, and we can talk about those if the question comes. Jennifer, what would you say?
I guess I would just add to that that having our nervous systems get hijacked by complexity is natural, and right now is very problematic. As you say, it not only gets in the way of these short-term, like how do I listen right now? It's also just very bad for our bodies generally. It's very bad for our long-term health impacts. And one of the great ironies of right now is that complexity is one of the things that causes the most strong stress response in the body. And that strong stress response actually degrades our immune system. So the more we get stressed out about a pandemic, and the more anxious we are about that, the less able our systems are to fight off illness. So taking these restorative moves, and even these micro restorative moves of using the breath to center and ground, just to switch our nervous system back into an alignment. This, I think, is not only leadership saving, but is also life saving right now.